Welcome to Networking Arizona with host Carol Blonder. You'll hear interviews with businesses located throughout the valley. Networking, it makes a difference.
If I traded it.
Welcome to the show, everyone. And my first guest, I'm going right in, and I'm going to give you extra time because we've been talking a little bit before, the show started, because I'm also in this situation. My first guest is Suzanne Webb, and she is the CEO of Surgeries.com. You've been on the show a couple of times before, a little shorter times before. Now you're on longer. Welcome to the show, and let's talk a little bit about what's going on with and you were talking to us a little bit about how people are paying. They're getting all these raises, and yet they are actually being paid what they were 2 years ago than their actual raise is. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody what you do.
All right, so what we do, we've set up eSurgeries.com. It's an actual website that you can go to find vetted surgeons and ambulatory surgery centers within the area. We're also offering wellness programs to employers. So we've actually put together a video library of all the symptoms so that employees can go to our website, see doctors talking about symptoms. If they have those symptoms, then they can go for what the cure would be or make a good doctor's appointment.
Okay, so they don't have to go to a doctor anymore. They can check it out online first.
Right.
And then what?
Well, people aren't going to the doctor. People aren't getting
can't
the
afford
treatment.
it, Suzanne.
Right. The deductibles are too high. People don't know what they're doing. So people need to know, what is it that I may have? So what we're doing is putting symptoms. So if you have high blood pressure or diabetes or lower back pain or some of the 5 biggest symptoms, people can read about them and then say, for example, you've had Arc Point Labs on. They can go there for blood work and actually go, okay, my numbers are within a range that I am pre-diabetic. I need to start working on this. I can go to a doctor now with my lab work, with what I think is wrong with me, and actually have a very good diagnosis from the doctor and get treatment. But it's a 1 visit instead of that being a 3 visit like it used to be.
Right. And so that obviously helps them save money.
A lot of money.
A
yes.
lot of money, because that's what the doctors want you to do, come in and talk.
It also saves them time from work. So they get to work more because they're not taking all of those appointments during the 9 to 5 when they need to be working. They're taking time off to go to the doctor. We can now make that 1 appointment, get everything done, be very efficient with it, but you actually are going in as an educated consumer.
Okay. Now, your website is e-surgeries? Just esurgeries.com.
Correct.
And you can go up there. Can they see this now? Can they go up there and look at it online?
We're finishing up our videos on January 1st. We're launching it so that people can go actually into the employer wellness.
Okay.
And then actually see all the videos. So we have some videos, but we're actually launching all of them the beginning of January.
All right. But here we're going to do this. We're going to go ahead and give you this information because it's good for you to write down. It's eSurgeries.com. All right. So employer plan summaries. Why are you doing that?
For most employees, when the employer picks what your benefits are going to be, they spend a lot of time and money trying to get you the very best plan. Then they come into the employer, they give them normally 100 pages that says, here's how everything's going to get paid, from your doctor's office visit to your surgeon, to your surgery center, to your hospital. And they give those to the employer. The broker will come in, give you a quick synopsis of what your benefits are, and then they leave. After that, nobody understands what those benefits are. And
how many people look at it?
Nobody looks at it.
No.
For one thing, they don't even give them anymore to the employees because they don't print the paper. So you can get them online.
Right. They say go online.
Right. And it's all legalese. So you don't know how your claims are going to get processed. What we want to do is tell you this is what your employer bought for you. So if you have a $10 copay when you go to a doctor's office visit, make sure you only pay $10. Let them know what benefit you have. So if we do a quick webinar, they can go through everything and say, my deductible at an in-network ASC is going to be $0, or it's going to be $250. But this way, you know going in what your costs are going to be. So if they tell you that you have to pay more money, you go, no, I have my plan is right here. This is the benefit that my employer gave me. This is how it's going to work. And you don't get ripped off.
All right. Now, you are offering for people to get entered into win. I don't know if you're giving this for everyone right now, but entered into getting one of these custom tailored webinars that are just for that specific company.
Correct. And
anybody, anywhere?
Any employer that calls in, I don't care if you have 1,000 employees or you've got 10. Everybody needs to know what is it that you're paying for, because so much of the money comes out of their paycheck. We need them to know this is what my employer has purchased for me, and I'm going to put that together for any company that goes to our website that puts down that they want to get listed. They can go to the listed part, put down the employer name. I'll contact them. I can do most of them within a week.
Okay, I'm also going to open up the lines to the audience. People like calling into a radio show for that, too. So our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can call in, and we can get you connected with her. And, okay, so you're listening. It's Friday, and a lot of people are maybe off work right now, but you're driving around there. And if you're listening to this and you think that you're not the CEO of the company, but you know the CEO or something like that, you can call in here and get this for them, because that's awesome.
Any employee. So anyone, even if they want to say, listen, my HR director would love this, it's a free service right now. Call in. I'll prepare it for you. At least you'll know what it is your employer is giving you.
How long are the little webinars?
Depending on what the company is that's offered, it could be anywhere from 15 slides to 35, depending on how many benefits they offer.
Okay, now, our number here again is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can check them out on their website, which is esurgeries.com. Okay, so how would the webinar work then after the employee gives you the plan? How does it work? Do they go on there? Do they have it for their company, or do they? How do they do it?
Okay. So once they give me the information, so they give me the 100 pages that they've gotten from their insurance broker, I'm going to break it down, give them the webinar. Turnaround time is normally a week. It will then be available on our website. So they can go to our website. We can link it to their benefits on their company. So we can put it right onto their company webinar if they want to. It's kind of up to whatever the company wants. We will then come in, explain it to them, but it'll be online for all of their future new hires and everyone that they bring on. Plus, their employees can look at it whenever they want.
Who do you actually need to connect with to do this? Because you're going to have to get all the information.
The HR directors or their insurance broker. So if they're using a great insurance broker and the broker wants to call me directly and say, hey, I'm working with Cox Communication, and they want you to do a webinar so it's nice and easy for them, here is their plan summary. I can create it from there.
And a lot of people out there I know for me, forget it. I don't even want to know about talking about what these things say. And most people are like that. Not only it's because they don't understand it.
Well, it's not only that. The insurance company, I own a billing company, they process most claims incorrectly. And so if we don't know what the plan summary says, we have no idea if the claim was processed correctly. So a lot of people are being charged for things that their insurance company should have paid, but they didn't, because insurance companies are not completely honest in their business practices.
So not only are you helping the employees by teaching them, and the employer too, but you're also helping the employer save money if they're getting billed incorrectly.
Absolutely. That's the biggest thing. I can't stand it when I see people that have a really good benefit, but because the insurance company didn't process the claim correctly, now the patient has to pay additional funds, and it's wrong. So we want to make sure that they actually keep the insurance company honest, know what their plan says, so they can actually have ammunition to fight them. We'll also help them. We'll be an advocate to help that employer to understand how these things work and work with every employee.
Now, you're offering for the employers to also get one of these webinars. That's a $250 value free to them.
Correct.
The number here is 602-277-5369. And toll-free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Would you say that when a company that uses you for doing these webinars and teaching them, what is the number one thing that they obviously find out that they learn from? Is it that they're saving money through you?
Oh, absolutely. Most of them are just, thank you for explaining this, because we had no idea what the benefits meant. We have no idea if we have an 80-20, a 60-40. What does a deductible mean? When is it imposed? When is it not imposed? They make it very difficult because the insurance companies like to keep people in the dark. We like to open up the window and say, this is how it works. It's not that complicated, but you need to know each area and how it works so that you can use the benefits you're paying so much money for properly.
Right. Now, we're going to go to a break. When we come back, we want to talk further about some of the different things that you have here that you want to talk about. Again, their website, check them out. They've been on a couple of times, and they're here to help. They're here to help you and the employer save money as well. Again, that's esurgeries.com, and we're entering for everybody who's listening here. If you're working for a company, if you're in HR, if you're not in your employer, you're hearing this, they want to help you. And you know what? When you learn about all of this stuff, you might just find out that you, might be able to save yourself some money, but learn what it is that you're paying for. This is a customized webinar just for you. It's a $250 value. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Check them out at esurgeries.com.
If I traded it all, if I gave it all.
So welcome back. We're talking with Suzanne Webb, and she is the CEO of eSurgeries.com. And at the break, I said, let's rile them up. And I do want to, because, you know, and I'm going through this now. I mean, deductibles, I want to talk about them. But also, I want to talk about the e-surgeries and why it's important for people to hear about what it is that you're teaching them, okay, and how it will help them, especially when they're going to go get a surgery. Go ahead.
Okay. So some of the main things that we want to cover is, one, ambulatory surgery centers have a 0 infection rate, almost every single one of them. So when you go for surgery, you're not going to get an infection. The biggest concern that any surgeon has after surgery is that you've got an infection that we now have to fight, kill the infection. The surgery itself, most surgeons will never have a problem with. That's not a complication. So, and the other thing that we're providing to make sure that people know is we're vetting our surgeons to make sure the surgeon that you go to hasn't had malpractice cases, has a high education, he knows what he's doing. He is actually one of the best surgeons in the area.
Right. So people that are listening who are doctors, there's also a lot of them that listen to this too, they can also get in touch with you too and get onto your site as long as they qualify, which is, you have a lot of qualifications. Go ahead.
I do. They have to be vetted. So if they are interested, they would contact us. They get listed. If they're a surgeon, put their name. They could call our office. But what we want to do is we'll go through the steps. We'll check their education. We'll check to make sure that they don't have patient complaints. We'll check basically every area that we can to make sure that they are the best surgeon and that they're running their business correctly, that they're treating patients the way they should.
Can they go onto the website and just sign up there, or get you their information through the website? Is that how they do it?
Yes, they can apply right online.
Okay, so that would be at eSurgeries.com. Okay, I want to talk about deductibles.
Okay.
Go ahead. And you know what? Well, let me just let you go ahead and read this main thing right here, because that's going to say it all.
Okay, so this is an article that was in the New York Times, and it actually says that many say that the high deductibles make their health law insurance all but useless. So in other words, people aren't using their insurance anymore because they can't afford it. They can't afford to go have surgeries. Actually, nationally, surgeries are down 60% year over year from where it started in 2012.
Now, did you say that they're not using their health insurance? How can they?
Right.
Because the deductible is so high, they're just paying this insurance just because it's the law. They have to have it. And if they die or almost dead, right, that's when it may click in.
Correct. Unless you're going for a very large surgery or you've got a long hospital stay, you're never going to hit your deductible. So even if you go to an ambulatory surgery center with a surgeon, let's say for average now, people have a $7,000 individual, $14,000 combined if you've got two people. So in order to reach that, if you don't have 3 surgeries a year, you're just not going to ever hit it.
So what do people do?
So what people should do is, one, everyone needs to be educated on what their health needs are. So before they even pick a plan that they're going to pay for, find a plan that really works for you. If you're a healthy individual and you know that you're basically healthy, you've done your blood work, you know that you're doing all the things to be healthy, go for one where you're paying very little on the premium side, and then it may have a higher deductible, but that's okay because you're not going to really need to use it. Plus, most of the ambulatory surgery centers actually have a cash price. So you can walk in with no insurance and say, I'm going to pay cash for my surgeon, my anesthesiologist, and the center. Give me what that price is, and I'm going to pay you.
What's your discount if I pay cash as king, right?
Most of them will give you a great discount if you do that because they want the patient. They want to make sure that you get the best care, and it's going to be a lot cheaper than that $14,000 that you're going to have to come up with. So
yeah, pay now, pay later, but get a better deal if you pay cash. Now, for the people that are listening to this right now, can they learn all of this also on your website?
They can't. We have different articles and different things about the infection rates at hospitals and what the infections are that are happening nationwide so that people are more educated that way. A lot of the other stuff on deductibles we're going to be adding because I want to put the new 2015 information and statistics, which I'm just now compiling.
Okay, so but the website is eSurgeries.com. You're doing these webinars they're customized webinars for your company out there. Anyone who's listening, you could be, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be the CEO of the company. You can be anyone who's working there. She wants to connect with you and help your company know what your insurance companies are all about and what they're offering you.
Right. The one thing that's very interesting to me is that a lot of the city employees right now between the city of Glendale, Peoria, Phoenix have a 0 deductible if they had gone to an ASC for surgery. but most people don't know how to go to an ASC for surgery. So on our website, they can find the surgery centers that we've already vetted, and they really have a zero deductible. So they should be going to ambulatory surgery centers for every need. And that's a huge population if you take in all of the city employees.
Well, I think that what people might say, and you can answer this, is that, you know, a lot of times if you're getting surgery, obviously you go to a doctor and they say to you, you need surgery. They're recommending you to go, especially if the doctor himself is is able to work in that particular hospital. They're telling you to go there, right?
Correct.
But they don't have to.
Correct.
That's what you want to talk about. Go ahead.
That's what I want to explain to people, that you have the right to tell them where you want to go. So let's say that I need to have an orthopedic procedure. I need to have a rotator cuff or a knee surgery. I can actually go to our website, find out the best surgeons, which ASCs they work at. So when I do go to my primary care doctor, say, I want a referral to this doctor, Dr. Lee, for example, who's one of our orthopedic surgeons, and he will then put, these are the ASCs that I work at. I will schedule you at those. So we really can control where we're being referred to, but we need to tell the doctor why. There's a reason for us to do that. It's going to save us a lot of money. This works with my benefits. Doctors' offices have no idea what your benefits are. They have no idea what the benefit is for you to go to an ASC, and they don't care.
Okay, so the person that's listening to this, if you are someone that you might need surgery, first of all, it's better for you to go up on their website, find out. ASC, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure I say it right. That you can go to these. It's much better for you because you have less rate of getting an infection. And she's made the top. The top, is it the top 5, the top 10? How many are up there?
We're doing for each surgeon. We're not doing any more than 10 for this area. So you're only going to get the top 10 orthopedic surgeons.
Good.
For our spine, we're only we only have the top 4 right now. We only have disc, which has got the Dr. Young in his practice. But we really want to make sure that we're only getting the very best surgeons, because that's what you need. We deserve to have the very best, especially when we're paying our hard-earned money to go for surgery. We deserve to have the best.
But now that's the way the world has turned now. It's turned into you finding out what's right for you. And you don't always have to listen to your doctor. That's why this show is perfect for that. You're hearing this information. You can go up on her website. You can check it out, all their top 10 of whatever it is that you need. Different things. Generally, what is it? Obviously, go ahead.
All the videos for the wellness side are going to be from a doctor's standpoint. So we're going to have it in English and in Spanish. We're going to go through the top 5 symptoms. We're also going to have nutritionists on there so that you can actually listen to a nutritionist. Why should you change the way you're eating? Or if you already are pre-diabetic, what do you need to change and why? So those are the important things that we want to get. We're going to have physical therapists. We're going to have basically any modality in healthcare as a video so people can listen to it and go, I do want to start exercising, but I really want to make sure that I'm healthy enough to start exercising. And that isn't just a guideline or something that doctors say. Some people, if your blood pressure is too high, do not start exercising. You'll have a stroke. You'll have a heart attack. So you really want to monitor what those numbers are. I was talking to someone recently. They said that their blood pressure, resting blood pressure, was 150/90, and they were going to start doing a treadmill every night. I was like, no, you're not. You'll have a heart attack. Or something worse, that is a very high blood pressure. And they're like, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. And so people right now, they get their Fitbits, they get other tools to help them exercise, but they're not starting with a baseline of, am I healthy right now to do this? Go to a doctor first, and not a pharmacy doctor, not just the minute clinic. Go to a doctor and say, I have my blood work, I have my results. I want you to say, am I okay to exercise? What should I do for my exercise if I'm just starting?
We have got 2 more minutes. Okay, so what would you want to talk about right now in that time?
In this time right now, what everyone needs to know is what is the benefits that their employer is giving them, or if they haven't decided to get insurance, how do they start their own medical record? So get a folder, get your blood work done so you can say, I have a baseline. I can now educate myself on what my needs are. If I know what I need, I can then control what happens to me with my own health care.
And then with these surgery centers, talk a little bit about that side of it.
Right. So this way, if you do, let's say, for a lot of the injuries, a lot of the orthopedic and things that we do at ASCs, you are injured. You're going to have to go get an MRI. So when you go to see your doctor, you want to go with your MRI already in hand. You want to have the test results from that MRI. Go to your orthopedic surgeon and say, here's all the results. Then they can make an educated decision as to, I'm going to do surgery on you or I'm not. So we want to make sure that we keep all of those things in order, but really eliminate 2 or 3 of those doctor's visits by coming prepared. with the information that you need.
Okay, and then also for any doctor, lastly, that is listening, that you might want to add to your list of the tops.
Right. If you know you're one of the best surgeons in the area and that the specialty that you do is qualified for an ambulatory surgery center, please go onto our website and just say you want to be listed. Give me a little bit of information, your phone number and name. I'll follow up with you and get you onto our website.
Check them out. They're at esurgeries.com. And I'm going to let everybody call also throughout the rest of the show. If you are an employee, if you're an owner of a company, she's offering her services to you. It's a customized webinar strictly for your business. The number here is 602-277-5369. Check them out at esurgeries.com.